Right then, on the way back from obviously Wembley, the playoff final, gutting. Obviously Walsall lose 1-0 to Wimbledon, and I've got to be honest, on the whole today, terrible game of football. So firstly, before going to speak about obviously what's happened with Walsall, congratulations Wimbledon, go and enjoy promotion. That could have been us. I thought all over the park today. Like I said, it wasn't a great game of football in terms of quality, but they wanted it more in terms of they won every battle, they won every 50-50 ball in the midfield, battled for everything, and Walsall didn't show quite enough that effort and commitment to the cause today, and that's the most disappointing thing. Talk through the game, Walsall, terrible performance. I thought we didn't show up again at Wembley. Obviously 10 years ago we played Bristol City in the JPT Trophy, we didn't turn up then. Exact same today. First half, didn't kind of have a shot on goal at all. Even though we played really poor, we still had two good chances. Second half, Jamil Matt, how's he not even scored that? It's absolutely terrible for a centre forward. And same with Levi and Manchi, you just got to put your foot through that, and that's a good chance of going in. But on the whole, just terrible and disappointing. It's just typical Walsall, isn't it? They get your hopes up again, like they did in the first half of the season, getting to the top of the league, 12 points clear. This time in the playoffs, getting your hopes up again. You thought they'd find that spark in terms of the energy in our performances against Chesterfield, and then poor performance like that today. I think it's absolutely disgraceful. Going into a playoff final or any game of football, you've got to have a mentality where you've got to come off that pitch with no regrets. And for me, I think there's too many kind of what ifs from Walsall today. We didn't do enough in terms of tactically from Matt Sadler. The players didn't step up enough as well. And Walsall, what's happened this season, I just can't put it into words really. Let's go through the team then. Individual performances. There's no one that really had a good game today in my opinion. Didn't do enough. Obviously Simkin made a couple good saves second half, but let's just speak about some of the players. I think obviously let it settle in the next couple of days, and we'll speak about what's going to happen to the squad. But I think there's going to be a massive rebuild in the summer. I think there was going to be anyway if it got promoted, but a lot of these players are out of contract or on loan, so I think a lot of these players won't be playing for Walsall next season. Obviously Harry Williams went off injured. David Kagbu, I don't know how he's got that rating on football, but he was horrendous today. That foul throw from him just summed him up. Just a terrible performance on the whole from him. I thought the midfield, like I said about Wimbledon, they had the likes of Reeves and Smith and Hippolyte in there. The energy, the commitment in there. They won every 50-50 ball, and that was a disappointment from Ryan Sturck, Alfie Chang. George Hall was too lightweight for my opinion. Liam Gordon again, he hasn't looked nowhere near himself in the second half of this season. I think there was a kind of an incident in the game where James Tilley slipped to the floor, and he still managed to dribble into him, and James Tilley managed to still get the ball. That was a real poor one. Jamie Jellis, I thought he was the only one trying to show anything, trying to do something. Jamil Matt, he might as well play with 10 men when he's on the pitch. Just needs to hang up the boots, I think, just in terms of he's getting bullied by Joe Lewis today. He didn't even put up a fight and try and hold up the ball, do something with it, and that chance as well, he needs to hang up his boots. Subs as well didn't really make an impact. Levi and Manchi's had a big chance, and I didn't think he was great when he come on. Same with Adam, we didn't really get him into the game enough, which is really disappointing. On the whole, didn't step up enough in that playoff final today, and it's just disappointing. And like I said, you've got to go into these playoff finals leaving everything out there, and I don't think the players left everything out there today. And Matt Sadler then, in my opinion, he's got to go. I just think he can't lead us into next season. He showed again today, tactically he's inept. We need to go and get a goal, and he's just doing like for like substitutions, keeping the same formation. I thought the football today from both sides, but speaking about Walsall, was terrible really. It was a real poor game of football to watch, real cagey one, but there was just no quality from Walsall's point of view, and that come down to the way it was playing, trying to clip balls in behind against a Wimbledon side that keep clean sheets. You've got to break it down, you've got to get your creative players on the ball and create something, and we just didn't do it. And obviously the players have got to take responsibility, but this man has obviously cost us automatic promotion and the title, and now bottled it in the playoffs. I don't know where we go from here now. Obviously it's going to take some time to kind of settle down you know, like I said, Matt Sadler's got to go. Hopefully that's sorted in the next couple of days. I just don't see how he can lead us into next season and what's happened in this second half of the season. It should never have come to a playoff campaign, and it just hurts even more. Like I said, they get your hopes up, don't they, Walsall? They seem like they got their act back together, and then they just put in a performance like that. Let the fans down personally today. And, you know, like I said, I don't know where we go from here from next season. It's going to be a massive rebuild job. Let me know your thoughts in the comments, and up the Saddlers.